Hey everybody, and welcome to the live stream Hex Token channel #1. Of course, a Pulsechain, Pulsex, and X twice a day. This is a live stream #1. We're going to get into it, folks. Hope you guys are having a good time. Let's go and get into the chat. Say hello. A big welcome. What is it? Tuesday here in good old Kiwi land. Currently 11:31 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday. Of course, we've got the market update for the United States there, and we're going to go through that. Going to have a quick look at crypto and, of course, get into our Hex ecosystem. We've got going to look at the team and perpetuals for the Maximus phase. Of course, we're up to day 15. And, of course, that's I'm going to be covering the finalized numbers of that at the my second live stream later on today in 5 hours. We're going to be talking about some project updates from Pulse Bitcoin and a few. We've got a big giveaway as well from OX Steph there around the Maximus results there for perpetuals. And, of course, we're going to be looking at EW as well, Hex Daily Stats, and more. So let's get into it. We've got lots to talk about. And welcome, friend. Welcome, friend, as we say in the old days. Welcome, friend. Is that what they say? I don't know. But it's good to see you. I watched the Queen's funeral yesterday. Man, oh man, it was amazing. And, of course, you know, as a Christian, that service was absolutely, and from my perspective, a glory to God. And yes, Jesus is risen. I did love that. The Queen, it was organized by the Queen as well. So really did love that. I loved the parade. The soldiers was just glorious. I think it was the Navy pulling the carriage there with the casket, with the crown. And scepter and everything else. That was absolutely marvelous. The turnout for the Queen's funeral was absolutely insane. The amount of people on the streets was just incredible. I love how the focus was just on the Queen as well. And then, you know, just go away to too many people. Obviously, they talked about them as they come into the main funeral. That was pretty cool. I loved how the King Charles, and the royal family, Princess Anne, and things like that were following in behind the casket there. On the cart that was being pulled by the Navy, and there were a lot of young interns as well. So it was a glorious, a tribute to the Queen, who obviously the longest serving monarch in the UK. It was absolutely amazing. Let us know in the chat if you enjoyed that. It was just absolutely phenomenal to me, and yeah, just brilliantly done. So well done for the broadcast. The other thing I was going to say, it seemed like they had a camera. They must have had like 500 cameras or something. It just seemed like there was a camera everywhere. Cameras under bridges, cameras up on the high rises, cameras over overpasses. It was just incredible. So yeah, wow, big deal there. So check it out if you haven't. It was pretty impressive. Hex Huddle in the house there. Hey, first, good to see Hex Huddle. Big to see you there. And imagine trading crypto with open outcries. Says Hex Huddle. I'm not sure what the open outcry is there, Hex Huddle. Let me know what you mean by that. Woohoo! Second says check my pulse. And who else is in the house there? Was replaying crypto heartbeat stream and tokens short stream on RH. Gotta love this community. Says check my pulse. Big shout out and I appreciate it. What else we got there? Mikey, what's up, Suman? Hello all. Hey Mikey, good to see you. Paul O'Shea, hello everybody. Looking forward to this live stream. Haven't been here for a while. Working nights again to stack Hex at these bargain prices. Woohoo! Hey Paul O'Shea, that is a really good strategy. Just accumulate. Maybe if you're getting paid every week or every 2 weeks and you really believe in Hex as we do, then accumulating is going to be a good idea. And of course, you're going to get the dollar cost average. So obviously price moving around. We don't know. We think 2.8 cents might be the bottom, but of course the BTC and ETH goes down to 11K at 7.5. Then of course anything is possible below 1 cent there even. So we'll see where we get on to. I do have a few feelings about where the Hex price might go, even if the market goes down, because we've seen the market outperform in 2020 when the market was pretty down, and Hex was began its big rally. So there's always anything's possible in Hex. What else do we got there? Ted Nelson in the house there. Morning, suit man. Hey everybody. Hey, it's good to see you, Ted. D Hex in the house there. What's cooking? Good looking. What's up, Hexkins, Pulsechins all around the world. Woohoo from D Hex there. I love it. And Angor as well. Hello, Angor. Good to see you. Soon Hex, Hedron, Icosa, Maxi team on 3 chains. Let's go. Hey, you know, that's so true. Is it what Hydra? Hydra with the multiple chains. Imagine having multiple tokens you could potentially have like 9 or more tokens on these chains. And of course, you got 3 chains, so that's 27 forms of income. 27 forms of income. My gosh, that's pretty awesome. Now you're going to be diversified amongst the gold-plated crypto there. 27 forms of income, pretty amazing. Obviously, there's also always market conditions, but they yield. You're going to be earning yield for the most part, not on all of them, but yield going all the way. So pretty exciting. In fact, let me think about that. Actually, you can earn yield on all of them, so that's pretty cool. Andrew's in the house there. Hey, happy Tuesday. Green candles. Yep. We're going to get into that. Hey, I'm already up to 6 minutes. Is that crazy? I'm already up to 6 minutes there. Let's jump through some of these. Hey, everybody. Hex on sale. Fill your bags. There's crypto. Dan. Andrew Reynolds says, my mind is blown today. I just learned there was a second ETH fork today. My Hedron Maxi assets are there too. Not sure if supported by ETHsphere is live and well. Hope they get supported too. Yeah, I have to catch up on the ETHsphere. I haven't caught up on that. I'll try and do that this afternoon. Thanks for reminding me there, Andrew. What's up, everybody? Brennan and Katie in house there. What's up, everybody? Elias Beneath. Hello, how are you today? Very good. Hex, PLS, and PSX for the win. Absolutely. Hex Holder said, get AdBlock Plus extension for any browser. I don't recall seeing an ad on YouTube or online in general, says Hex Holder. And of course, Christian Collins says, hello, crypto family. Good to see Christian Collins. Respect to the casket carriers. That coffin was 300Ks lead line, super heavy. Hey, Brennan, I was thinking about that the whole time. Those 8 soldiers, they're all obviously pretty big guys, all a fairly similar height. They obviously got selected for all of that fitness and everything, but that was incredible. Them lifting that casket with all the stuff on top of it as well. And yeah, I was thinking about that a lot. So really good point, Brennan. I forgot to mention that. And of course, they had to carry that down. Man, oh man, I obviously, if you're not been there, they were just impressive. That was impressive. So really good point, Brennan. I was going to say that myself. Al's in the house there. Superman. Hey, good to see you, Al. Christian says the Queen will always live in our minds and hearts. Salute to the Queen. Absolutely, Christian. Absolutely. What's up, Hexkin, says Al. Hey, good to see you, Al. Open outcry is on the Wall Street trading floor yelling out buys and sells. All right. Okay. Yeah, cool. Very nice. Well done, Hexodal. Andrew Reynolds says, did not really follow the Queen's funeral much, but I remember the day Diana died. Never really followed her either, but felt strangely impacted by sadness when Diana passed, says Andrew. And of course, there's even a good movie, Open Outcry, right, Hexodal? Cool. I'll try and look for that too, Hexodal. Peso Dude's in the house there. Empty Corners in the house. What's up, DCA, my friends? Yeah, DCA, that's what we say on this channel because the price does move around. The dude in the photo is performing an Open Outcry, says Hexodal. Nice one. Appreciate that, Hexodal. What else there? Crypto Tycoon. Markets were crazy today. ETH was destroyed for a while. Bye. Hex, says Christian Collin. Hey, Superman, when do you think Hex will make a move up? We don't know yet, Dave Down Under, because we haven't reached the bottom of the market. So we really just don't know that yet. I'm thinking December possibly, but like I say, we'll have to see how it goes. I think there's a window of opportunity after the Fed does its interest rate rise that we could see that. So let me rephrase that. So I think after the interest rate rise, depending what happens then, before the end of Maximus, we could get a little bit of a move up there, Dave. Other than that, I'm thinking December. Yeah, so that's probably where I'd fit that. So good question. Charity in the house there. Hey, Charity, good to see you. And Sandy Beach as well. Sup, boss? Brian's in the house as well. Hey, guys and girls. Hex Huddle says, Katie, very nice. Hello, Hex Token, everybody from Sandy Beach. Hey, look, there we are. We've done pretty awesome introductions. And that's twice as long as normally when I do it. 10 minutes, not too bad. And welcome to everybody. It's great to have everybody in the house. Let's get into it. We've got Dow and comeback as dip buyers pile into tech after yields jump. I'm sure these guys try to write these up, make them difficult. Dow and comeback as dip buyers pile into tech after yields pile back or something. Let's have a look here. We've got the indexes. Dow Jones, the top in 30 industrials, is up 197 points. That's pretty good. So just over 0.6%, up at 31,019. Nice to see that. And of course, we've got the S&P 500 up 26 points there, up 0.7%, up to 3,900. And of course, the Nasdaq up 87 points, I should say. And of course, that's at 11,535. That's got a lot of the tech companies in it there, so that's pretty cool. What else I was going to say about this is that the VIX there is down 2%, which is good. In other words, risk on. And of course, the dollar down there is at $1.935 on the dollar index there. Let's have a look at the commodities. We've got crude there, $85 on West Texas, and just at $91.74 on Brent oil there. And that's up slightly, just under 0.5%, increase 39 cents on the Brent crude there. Gold down. Oh, gold's actually up for today, $6, $1,684. Remember, it was over 1,800 a little while ago. And of course, we got silver there down at up 1/2 cent there to $19.57. It's kind of where we are at this stage. A little bit of inflation, a little bit of high prices there on US soybeans. So, oil's not too bad at the moment, but it's still elevated, isn't it? Still elevated. Let's jump over to the commentary. The Dow closed higher Monday as dip buying in tech and gains industrials helped spark a comeback after pressure from surging treasury yields ahead of the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision due later this week. Tech moved off session lows after falling more than 2% as the 10-year treasury yield jumped to an 11-year high. Can you believe it? So 10-year, the long-term interest rates there. And of course, 3.494, unbelievable. So that's pretty crazy. And of course, jumped to an 11-year high on expectations for the Fed to deliver 75 basis points. Now, we've the current polling on the Fed rate monitor here on investing.com has a 17% chance of 100 basis points. That's gone down. Remember, they got up to a high of, that I remember, of 25%. So it's actually a bit softer now. 75 basis points is at 83% of people think that that's going to be there. And of course, we've got the meeting coming up on the 21st September, this Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So stay tuned for that. What else have we got there? As the 11-year high expectations as the Fed to deliver a 75 basis point hike on Wednesday and signal that further tightening will be required to rein in inflation. I kind of feel maybe they might go a bit softer on November because of the midterms, but we'll see about that. And of course, we expect at least a temporary slowdown. We'll see. We expect the FOMC to raise rates by 75 basis points and deliver an unambiguous hawkish message. I'm not, just for the time being, maybe we'll see on that one. We'll see what they do after that. And of course, anyway, anyone hoping for a Fed pivot is likely to be disappointed. Maybe not a Fed pivot, but a Fed breather might be a case in November. We'll see. Dip buyers bought the weakness to help big tech recover lost ground, with Facebook and Apple ending the day sharply higher. Industrials also played a role in supporting the broader market, led by airline stocks as investors cheered signs that the recovery in higher margin corporate travel is nearing pre-pandemic levels. And that's, I guess, a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Rising bank stocks help push the broader financial sector higher as a rising interest rate environment is expected to bolster the net interest margins for banks. Yeah, banks always seem to do well, don't they? Always seem to do well. That's why we got crypto, folks, decentralized DeFi, because we're trying to get rid of the middleman. And of course, you don't want any of those phone calls where they ring you up and they're just rude and they quickly call in your loans and all sorts of stuff like that. I've had so many harrowing stories. Energy cut the bulk of its losses as oil prices turned positive and easing COVID lockdowns in China stoked hopes about a rebound in energy demand at a time when many are worried about the impact of slowing global growth. Yeah, that situation in China with the lockdowns is horrific. Something like 300 million people, and you got people out there begging for food and all sorts of stuff when they're allowed to. It's a pretty horrific situation over there. That's why you don't want authoritarianism. You need to keep your freedom and your democracy. As soon as you stop fighting for it, you're going to find out that you don't have it. We've already seen them removing parts of our freedom that were fought for 50, 60 years. And we've already seen them start to pull them apart one by one, take them out. And so they're just doing it slowly and surely so that you don't really know. And by the time you care, it's all too late. It's all too late. All right, so let's get out of here. We've got BTC at the moment. $19,500 is BTC, so it's bounced. We're up 0.5% there. ETH at 1378, up 3% as well. And a BNB at 272. Let's go into the BTC here and have a look at where that is at the moment. It got down to as low as so this is a 1 month here. Let me go to the 7 days here on this chart. So we got down recently down to 18,472. Let's actually go to the daily chart here. So we're down at 18,400. and we're currently up at 19,500. So basically up 1,000 within the last day, which is pretty cool. Maybe in the last 15 hours or so. So that's pretty good. Nice little bounce there from crypto following the stock market as well. So cool. Any standout performers there? We've got Sol is standing out at 517, 517. XRP standing out as well. Atom standing out there. So a few standouts. We got Luna Classic. I don't even know if this percentage is right, but it's up 15% there as well. So cool. A few standouts. Let's get into some of the charts for Hex, as we know. But before we do that, let's have a drink. Cheers, everybody. We've got Hex here at the moment at 3.1 cents. So just tracking along here, not doing too much. Look at this, the hourly chart on Hex. Look at this just tricking along here. It's just like the snail at the moment. We go from huge excitement to just was what happens when you're in a bear cycle, and we're just waiting for it to do something there. And at the moment, of course, we've had a lot of distractions, but that being said, we're just still waiting for this to play out at the moment. So this is where it gets tricky. When you're in this sort of environment at the moment, this is the one where you either just hold diamond hands and you get rewarded by doing that later on. You don't know the timing. That's always the question. As I just said earlier, maybe we get a bit of a rise in price at the end of the Maximus team and perpetuals. If we get a big run on there and people have to buy Hex for that, maybe they get in the FOMO in the last day, maybe the 26th, 27th of this month. Then we might see a bit of FOMO on the price and some market buying. But if people are just using liquid Hex that they've already got, then not so much, right? So we just don't know that. We made assumptions at the beginning. That a lot of that stuff hasn't played out as well. The Acosa HSIs have played out pretty well. That's how we got up to the 7.4 cents up here in this run up. But well, let's see whether we get another kind of mini pumps like this from the end of Maximus team and perpetuals there, particularly perpetuals. So we're watching out for that. That's not too far away. That's probably in these 2 days here. So it's only, not too far away. Where we at the 20th, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26, maybe 26th, 27th, maybe in a week's time, we might see a bit of a price rise there. Now we are got pretty close to the 18th here. And of course, that's where we got our 2.8 cents there. We've come teasingly close to that. Will we bounce off that again, or will the markets of BTC and that collapse down? Will we go down even further? Even if it does follow them down, will it bounce back earlier? And so I kind of felt, that's why I kind of felt December maybe a good time when we get to bounce back from this chart. We'll see. All right, that's kind of where we are on Hex. Maximus, on the other hand, has been my play of the time. You guys know that, and this has turned out to be the better play. And of course, the premium at the moment is 2.26. So looking pretty good here. Will this break out too? That's the other thing. Will this break out to the upside as we get closer to the end of the 26th, 27th? So 26th, 27th here. This is looking really good. So we might see a further premium breakout as possible rather than a sell-off there. And of course, what would be some of the reasons for that? The fact is that so much Maxi has gone into the team wallet there, and maybe the market decides to reprice that. So we'll see. And of course, if it does reprice that, then of course the rest of the perpetuals and the team token should also get priced, right? Priced to the upside rather than to the downside relative to the Maxi is the kind of way I see a pricing formula for that. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, looking pretty good, 2.25. We've got a nice little uptrend here. But of course, we've got this resistance around about here. So let's see if we can break through that at the moment. We're kind of at the most resistance average here. So that's looking good. And of course, we're going to talk about that briefly. Let's get into the results at the moment. I'll be giving an update on day 15 in the second live stream. So we'll check out that. So let's get into it. Base at the moment. This was a big excitement yesterday, man. This was so exciting. 38.11 million. Yeah, boy. It hit 2,000 T-shares as well. And of course, looking so good. And of course, what made this jump? Because before it was tracking pretty similar to the trio one there. And of course, Lucky was the one that was just slightly behind these others, there's other three. But look what happened. And of course, here we are 17 hours ago. The Maximus minting bot here says 10 million base minted. And of course, isn't that cool? A massive 10 million base. And I've said that this makes a lot of sense if you're playing a certain short game premium, although you could play that game just with the Decimus one, which I think most people are doing. So it's kind of like that, although you've got to be able to get access to this as well, I guess, in terms of being tradable. Getting 10 million may not be that easy. So there's a food for thought there. But if you're playing the short premium, I think that's still good for the long and short term. The trio there, 24.96 million. Lucky there, 23.28 million. And of course, massive Decimus there, 120.42 million. Absolutely amazing. And of course, look at the T-shares on this thing. Absolutely huge, 16,000. And total T-shares at the moment across all the 4 perpetuals. Staking pools, remember there's about a week to go. Let's say 15, so 6 days, maybe 6 days to go to mint this. And of course, 22,000 T-shares. Remember the Maxi stake is 42,000 T-shares. So we're going really nicely here. The total amount of Hex, 206,774,000, looking really good. Let's do that against our target of 600 mil. So it's 206.8, say, divided by 600. And that is 34.5%. So over 1/3 of the way to our target. And of course, we are expecting most of the fireworks to happen towards the end. That being said, we've had some pretty impressive days going leading up until the big finale, which could be pretty spectacular. And that is pretty exciting. So before we jump from past that, let's go to the giveaway. And this is really important. I know you guys love giveaways, and whenever I see one, I love to promote it on here so that you guys maybe get some free crypto when they're being given away. So Steph here from Staker App, the founder of Staker App here. In the next 7 days, will the Maximus DAO perpetuals lock away more Hex than 293 million locked in Maxi? I think that's pretty easy for me. So that's pretty obvious. I think I'll give away 5,555 Maxi to each of the top 3 closest estimates. So that's 3 winners. So that'd be amazing. You just have to give your estimate by replying. So what your total amount thinks. I'm pretty bullish. So I'd have a pretty high number. I've seen some low numbers in there, so be careful. I don't think that's going to be the winning number. Like, follow, retweet, and do this before Wednesday, the 21st of September. So you've got a little bit of time to do that at 11 o'clock, 23 UTC time. So it's about similar time to when I do the show. So there is the perpetuals there. You're going to see a lot of people responding to that. So cool. I'm going to post a tweet to this so in the chat there so you can get access to this giveaway. This is really epic. I'll just go call it Staker App 5555 Maxi times 3 giveaway. Times 3 and giveaway. This is a pretty nice giveaway, so definitely go and do it. It's free for nothing. So get into that Staker App giveaway. It is pretty cool. Best of luck to all of you out there. Share it around. Pretty nice. So really lovely giveaway there from Steph from Staker App. Hey Steph, if you're listening, where is version 2? You might as well launch version 2 so we can use the cool interface and we can wait for Pulsechain. You can just turn Pulsechain on when it comes out. We want the upgrade. We want the upgrade now. So I don't know if he's listening at all, but that's worth shouting and screaming about, right? All right, cool. Let's see. We've got a few more comments in the chat there. Might as well check on some of these. Hit the like, says Sandy Beach. Boop, boop. Yeah, go boop, boop. Yeah, definitely do that. Stressful struggle in the house there. One like Pulsar Beta, a big PZN fan. And of course, PZN is going well, bro. You know I have to call it out. I know you are. I've been calling you out. At least twice a day for Stressful Struggle. You haven't been here half the time, but I've been calling it out. Maxi looking good, says Dirty Paws. Maxi is looking good indeed. I'm actually surprised it didn't go down. Stressful Struggle. I know it held up pretty well. It's true. Hex Total though has a different counterpoint. PZN chart does not look bad. Chart does not look bad. I was using a negative there. Does not look bad, but only 40 trades past 24 hours on the volume play. 350k USD liquidity, probably just Conrad himself, says Davis. Davis in the house there with the golf there. Love it, Davis. Good to see you in the house there. Hex Token channel member. And Hex Total says, oh, this is interesting. Yes, I bought ETHW via ChangeNow.io with the XML fee at $8 and swapped half for Hex and Hedron and some Maxi got wrecked on the rest of ETHW, says Stakeholder. I'm not sure when that timing, because we're going to talk about ETHW in a second. Hex is cheap on there and can afford staking more shares. What else there? Staking words on Ico's Hex site. Yep, that's definitely sure. Dirty pools and house that haven't been able to connect myself. 10,001 chain ID does not work for me. Says Dirty pools. That's interesting. I've not seen anyone but the issue there. Hexolder says, wish I bought Hex W on the 14th, 15th before it pumped, but picked some up on the weekend. Okay, cool. I prefer green candles, says DB. I think we all do green, DB, unless you're buying and then you want to get heaps of volume. Yes, it's cheap with post limit on order, but then had to transfer to Qcoin XLM address, cause it saved, and from there changed now. Yeah, so I've been we did a video yesterday on swap space, so we've got swap space if you are wanting to pick up some of that. So under useful links here, we've got swap space, so you can easily get ETHW with ETH on swap space, and of course swap, you can swap your ETHW to X on there, and of course Hex is I think it's linked into Maxi and Hedron and that stuff like that. So it depends on what training peer you're going to do. Let me know in the chat how your experience has gone between swapping between, say, Hedron, Maxi, Hex, ETHW. Let us know in the chat. That'd be pretty interesting. See people's user experiences there. And of course, Hexodor is always trading, so you'll probably give us some insights into around the liquidity and stuff. Hexodor says on Coinbase, got to wait 48 hours for a new address added. Yeah. So it's just easier to do it through swap space rather than centralized exchanges or something like that. Or what did you say? What are you using there? Chain.io, I think it was. Yeah, I'll change now.io. Yeah, so another one like swap space. What else we got there? All right, cool. I think that's pretty much updates. All right, let's get back into it. Where are we up to? So that is the giveaway from Steph there. We're going to jump back into there, but let's go back to the charts here. So this is the results, looking spectacular, really. These results are really great, and we've still got just under a week to go. It's pretty exciting. The team, though, look at this, man. 52.44 million team. This is how much Maxi's going into team. Remember, there's 293.3 million Maxi, and 52's gone into here. So that's pretty exciting. 52.44 divided by 293.3. That is 17.87. So almost 18% of the Maxi has gone to team. And of course, you guys know that we were teasing around about 20%. Looks like we're going to blow past that from the looks of it, which is cool. I'll be happy with that. No problems. And of course, that's could add to the premium in the Maxi chart, right? Could add to the premium, get a breakout on that. Now, whether that holds up over time is another question. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's have a quick look at some of the other updates around Maximus before we move on to Hedron. We've got A-Bit in there. Good morning. Oh, that's Jory. Sorry. Good morning, Hexkins. I'm putting all my Hex in Decimus. Am I doing it right? I think that's probably a good move there from Jory with A-Bit there. A-Bit said, these guys are really engaged, but A-Bit and Jory there. It's a smart contract. Put on top of Hex, you get one Decimus for one Hex. All the Hex that gets sent to the contract will be staked for 10 years. During this time, you can sell if you want to. For 10 years, you can redeem your Hex. So there we are. Some pretty good involvement there from some of the community personalities. So very nice. Yeah, we passed 200 million there, so it was pretty cool. What else we got there? We're going to jump through some of these comments. Imagine earning Hex yield forever with perpetuals. You can, and of course, they're just going to get restaked and things like that. Maximus 7 hours ago, many are paralyzed by this bear market. Others are dreaming of the next bull market. Gladiators are positioning themselves to thrive in the next 100 market cycles and beyond. I like that. And of course, multi-chain, right? Multi-chain as well. It's pretty insane, man. This ecosystem is the bomb. Everyone's going to be wanting to get some insight on some of this action. And that was the giveaway from Steph that we talked about. What else there? I'm going to not sure if we got anything in there. All right, so let's jump through some of that. Only 7 days left. Yep, so we're going to go through some of that. I think we're jumping through this. Yeah, this is a nice little perspective here. Did I jump through that? I think I did. The perpetuals are introducing auto compounding yield into Hex staking. Einstein would have minted if he could. Right now, you can. I like that. He's got a bit of sense of humor as Dipcatcher. Hex Maxi held up in the bear, trying to imagine what these perpetual pools will do on a bull market. Absolutely. You could see them absolutely fly on a tear there. Imagine earning a bonus every year for promoting Hex. The Maxi team will. And that's the thing. You know, everyone that's got a team, really it's in their self-interest to spread the word around promoting perpetuals with Hex staking because obviously they earn more rewards. This is kind of like a bit like the referral commission that we had during the AA lobby for Hex at the beginning. And of course, you know, particularly if you're self-referring, you could have got up to 32% on that. So it was pretty cool. All right, so that's pretty much, I think, the highlights there from Dipcatcher and the Maximus team. I think we're pretty much it. Oh, we had a 1,000 Hex giveaway go to Hex Logic. So congratulations, Hex Logic there. Hex Logic says going straight into Lucky and Decky with the rewards there. Perpetual pool, shout out to DC and Gold Key. So straight that won their prize and then just reinvested it. That's a pretty smart move there. So that's pretty much it from the Maximus team. So we've covered that one pretty cool. Let's jump back over to the charts. And we've got Hex at the moment at just under 3.2 cents. Maximus at a 2.26 premium. Yeah, looking good. And possibly we're looking out for a breakout later on. Let's go over to Hedron though. Hedron has got a bit of a gap between the big fortnight payday in November. So what, 7 weeks away, say? It looks like to be. And at the moment, we've got the price did pull down. This on the hourly did pull down to 2,775. Then pushed back up to 3,000. Just currently at 2,919 at the moment. So that's cool. Remember that for Maximus and Hedron, both teams have supported with their DApp front ends. They've supported the ETHW network, ETHPOW network. So if you have added that, you'll be able to get support for that. And of course, Dipcatcher has supported, I think it was the ETH Fair one, which I haven't covered. I need to get myself up to date on that. So I'll try and get onto that one for this afternoon. But there we are. That's pretty much it at the moment on the old Hedron. So there is going to be a bit of a window opportunity for that at some stage. I kind of feel like Maximus and then possibly Pulse Dodge Coins dual token system whenever it comes out. We've got an update on that in a second. And of course, then this here will play out. But you got to see this is still on an uptrend here. So it's still got higher lows here as well. So it's looking good. This chart's still looking pretty good there. But there are still a lot of people in here with good 20x returns, depending on how much volume they picked up, which is they pick up more volume at lower price, right? So take that into account. All right, cool. Let's jump out of there. We've got a Koza at the moment at $1.02. Remember, during the live stream yesterday, a Koza for the first time went below $1. Went below $1 on the charts. It doesn't show on this one, but it went below $1. So that was pretty amazing there as well. So cool. That is pretty much it. Let's jump over to just make sure I'm updated on this. Yeah, we're just almost up there. So let's BTC at the moment, 9,500, looking not too bad. ETH also moving up, looking good too. Let's get back into the BNB coins. So just for context, BNB is up 2% to $272. And of course, let's have a look at the charts here. We've got Pulse Dodge not doing much. Pulse Dodge not doing much there. 0.4 of a penny. Nothing much to see there. We've got P33 there. It is currently at 8.6 cents. Now, P33 is a meme coin, but it's related to the big project developers of Free Pulse, a hot pulse list and stuff like that. So Free Pulse has got an update. I think I might have it here. Let me have a look on Free Pulse here. Someone sent me this, so let me have a look. Free Pulse apparently next priorities to bring the on-site chat back for Free Pulse, and of course then explanation of videos for Free Pulse as well, and of course a solution to implement the crash mini game on chain. So Free Pulse still developing that out there. They should definitely look at launching on other chains before Pulsechain, depending on when it launches. Of course, depends when it launches. So whether they're doing that. But food for thought there. I am there. The reason why is because you can flush that value back into Pulsechain. Anyway, so I am there is currently at 6,700 is where I am is. So not too much to see in any of these charts, to be honest. That's why we're going to jump over to the airdrops. Let's look at the airdrops, see whether they've got some better news on the airdrops there. I think we've got a mixed bag of news here. So Pulse Dogecoin, this is, I'm going to full screen this. We've still got the plane as red here, but we're currently at $2.80. It's doing a little bit better there. Not quite back to, it's like $3 something, but it's not too bad. Maybe it is going to go on the upside here. The RSI is definitely down low, so it's definitely got a good room for move. But let's quickly get a look at the project update and see what the project update is. So 5 hours ago, Bitcoin 2009, Bitcoin 2022, both equally significant. And of course, make sure you are following Pulse Bitcoin. And then, of course, here is the update. So close. That's the teaser. That is the little drop here. So close. So this is potentially the next play for me. Now, I don't know what gamification they're going to have, but I understand that you do need Pulse Dogecoin to participate. So that's about as much information as I know. So let's see where that goes. This is possibly the next play after the Maximus play, but maybe it occurs. I don't know where. It depends when they launch it, but it says so close there. That's the big tease. Let's see what people are saying about that. The decision on when to decide when to announce the announcement of the countdown announcement date soon. 2 more weeks could be possible. So that's pretty funny there as well. A lot of people waiting on that one there. So let's just all pretend it will launch 2025. Then anything earlier is a pleasant surprise instead of us all being dissatisfied every day. It's not. 3-day countdown for a 3-day countdown. Yeah, decide on a countdown, says Michael there. So this is pretty funny there. Stop teasing us. Damn, says Charlotte. I like that. I thought imminent. Yeah, imminent is on the top of the thread, by the way. Imminent is on the top of the thread here. Launch imminent. So this has been a long imminence. Long imminence. That's the wrong word. Long imminent there. So yeah. All right, cool. That is pretty much it. So he just says it's pretty much coming pretty soon there. So we'll keep watching this pretty closely. And of course, here are the weight token here. The weight come way back down. Way down. We're at $0.50. Got pumped on the stable coin and fiat on-ramp, off-ramp development news, which is exciting for Pulsechain. But of course, that just was buy the rumor, sell the news there. And of course, down we are at under 7/10 of a penny today, down as low as 6/10 of a penny. So almost back to where we started on this one. And the reason why is because these guys still got more development work. Pulsechain's not launched. So this thing, all that core fundamentals is still yet to come. And people are waiting for Pulsechain. So just the way it is. Now we saw that they weight token had hit over 100 million tokens yesterday. I think we checked. So that's what we say was about maybe 8% of the total supply that's been accrued. Because remember, most people are just waiting until Pulsechain. The more they wait, the more weight tokens they get. So maybe we'll have another day in the office for this later on, as we see. All right, cool. That is the airdrops. Let's jump over the wildcards. Obviously, here's PZN, Stressful Struggle, and Pulse Beta, big advocates from that within our community. And of course, this is run by Conrad Zen here. Let's see where the price is. 9/10 of a penny, holding up pretty well there. And that's where we are at this stage. So it's got a nice little S wave going on here. Let's see if it just slowly pushes itself up. It's looking good for that, in my view. Obviously, subject to the trading volumes there, how much you're actually accumulating in PZN. But of course, this is on PW as ETHW as well now, or ETHPOW. So they've got a copy over there too. I'm not sure how it operates over there or not, but that's pretty much what they got. So cool. Let's jump over out of here. And of course, let's get into the other one. We got Trayvon's one here from More Token. That's currently at 86 cents there. So just pull back down here. Got some sort of support around this area. So we'll see where it heads to from here. Obviously, he's a pretty big YouTuber. Obviously, he's one of the famous people in the past. We won't talk about that, though, on this channel. All right, so cool. That is pretty much it. Let's look at ETHW. I'm not sure these charts are too accurate, so I'm just a bit careful of using these. But yeah, we're just going to avoid using those, I think, until I really have confidence in them. All right, so cool. That's pretty much that. So we're going to get into Richard Hart. What time is it? We're still waiting for the Hex Daily stats coming up. That's coming up pretty shortly. But let's get into the Richard Hart's latest tweets. Before we do that, let's catch up on some of the comments in the chat as well. Let's see where we are here. All right. I think we got up to there. Missed profit to crack in 72 hours. Jump through some of that. Andrew Reynolds says, I waited to mint team and perpetuals until this weekend once FOMO dust settles, says Andrew. Nice one. Hey, Fat Sammy's in the house there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Fat Sammy. Hex says that one issue with change now cashing out ETH is got to wait for 1,500 confirmations or 6 hours. Yeah, I just use Swap Space. Swap Space is super fast, man. You're talking about a couple of minutes. So yeah, definitely easy to do that. I have done that on both sides, both buying and selling. So I think I've done selling, but yeah. So cool. Yeah, buying ETH. Yeah, I've done both sides. So I think I've done both sides there. So cool. What else have we got there? Let's jump through some of that. We've got Pac-Man in the house there. Boom. Hey, Pac-Man, good to see you. Who else in there? Pulsechain says, I caught the show, albeit a little late. Woohoo. Hey, Pulsechain, that's all right. You caught it just in time for BZN. That's probably the main thing. Jump out of some of that. Actually, let me just mute my. I just realized I got my my little speakers going on there. Ted says, "Dang, this is getting crazy. May hold off checking it until time goes off to see what happens." People not believing Hex info on Pulse Bitcoin. It seems, says Pulse Photo. Let's have a look. Jump through some of this. I think that's it. So that's in the comments. I appreciate that. Right, so here's some of Richard Hart's updates lately. 8 hours ago to celebrate calling the Bitcoin top on the day. If you haven't heard of that, I bought this 20,000 Chanel bag to hold my Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Ferrari, and Lamborghini keys. Look at that. That's pretty funny. So he's got that on there. That's pretty cool. All right, where are the keys? Are the keys in there? I guess they're, yeah, I guess that looks like one. Rolls-Royce key, very nice. Anytime you feel regret, think about any money you've ever lost and not buying Bitcoin at 1 cent and selling it at 69,000 gives you a nice $6,900,000 of regret per dollar lost. Fun fact: you could have bought cheaper than a penny and sold futures for more than 69,000. What else we got there? Now, this is the one I did a short video on this earlier. Richard, why aren't you live streaming? Because I'm traveling the world and Bitcoin hasn't bottomed and Pulsechain.com isn't ready yet. So I think that's probably his most precise summary so far, folks, around Pulsechain. Ethereum merge seems to have gone fine. So in the end, less pollution and sell pressure, but no lower fees. I was right about the ETH price. Also, I've been on numerous Twitter spaces for hours at a time. So there we are from Richard there. He also had this update. This is his final one. 2 hours ago, I think crypto will do comparatively well in a compulsory monetary controls, seizure or compelled bond purchase environment, seizure and censorship resistant, plus portable and undeniability. So yeah, you can do that. All right, so cool. That is pretty much that from Richard. Let's get into the ETHW now. Now, obviously, it's up 42% on the last 24 hours. But like this is a obviously, if you had ETH on Ethereum, you would get a copy on the ETHW network or ETHPower. Yeah, you can see that over. Just have to add the ETHPower network. Now, if you haven't added ETHPower, you can do that by hitting useful links here in the Discord. And of course, we've got the ETHPower network there. Just add these details in to network there. And of course, you just have to go up to the circle on your MetaMask wallet, for example, and go down to settings and hit network and add the network there with these details in it, the network name, etc., channel ID, and so forth. Now, that will add it on, and all you have to do is switch between Ethereum and the ETH network, the main network here, and of course, you will then be able to see any of your copied assets. You'll see your ETHW, but you'll have to import your contracts from the Etherscan, say, or on the ETH Explorer here. So the Explorer here, you've got okalinkthere.com to explore the ETHW network or ETHPower network. And of course, you're going to have to import the contracts into MetaMask, whatever wallet you're using, to see them actually in the wallet. So otherwise, you can just check the Explorer under your wallet address. You should be able to see them there. Don't interact with scam coins or anything like that, things that you know that you didn't own and suddenly are in your wallet. They would just scam you. and you open yourself up to all sorts of kind of hacks there. So remember that you didn't suddenly get airdropped all these crazy billions of coins or whatever, because they're just a fake, right? There's setups for you to rob your wallet. So don't do that. All right, so that's cool. Now, obviously, easy way to get, if you want to speculate on ETH, this is speculate. Remember the keyword there. Then you can use swap space. It's pretty fast. Talking about a few minutes there, easy to do. And it's just using a transfer, so it's super cheap to do. You just basically transfer, and it's easy to do. Swap space been around for a long time. So there's the link there. Kyber Swap, of course, is a place where most people are using to swap ETH to Hex. You can also use centralized exchanges. So if you go on the CoinGecko, you type in ETH, you will find this here. And of course, you'll be able to go to markets, and you can see all the markets that are supported at the moment. Very big ones here, OKX, FTX, etc., Bitfinex, and so on. You can see the trading pairs here, and the volumes have been picking up as well. Not surprised there. So that's pretty much it. And you can see the price is actually up 42% after being down quite a bit. So if we have a look at the markets, we have a look at the max time, we can see that the price was actually up around $50 a lot of the time, then came back down to 27, 30 bucks here. So there's a lot of volatility in it. Just take that into account. And of course, then it had a bit of a peak here, $51. And then after the fork, of course, just came down. So this is the last week here. If we zoom in the last week, you can see it just came down. Actually hit a low of around about $4.28. And it's currently, which was $4.817 here actually. This was 21 hours ago. So the low was 21 hours ago. And of course, the high was 17 days ago. So the high was 17. The low was only 21 hours ago. And we're currently at $6.02 there. Now, you can speculate on that. Of course, I have done that myself. Normally, I don't talk about that, but I have done that. So that was pretty cool. And fortunately, I picked it up down around here somewhere. But the other thing is that we just don't know where this is going to go, right? So who knows? The markets are pretty bearish and volatile. So just remember to take that into account. Let's see what happens with this chain. So if we actually, I think we got, where's the converter here? We'll go to the converter. Let's get the converter there. If we put in 1 ETH at the moment, so 1 ETH is worth 229 ETHW. That's your price there. So 1 ETH. So an ETHW is only worth $6. So if you didn't suddenly get rich. The other thing with this site here, Kyber Swap, the US dollar numbers are all wrong. So don't think you suddenly got rich. You didn't suddenly get rich with that. Just take that into account with the Kyber Swap. And of course, you can put in, you got to make sure that you're on the ETHW network. I suggest using a separate wallet. Don't use your Hex Stake wallet or your Maxi wallets. To set up a different wallet that you want to do trading with. That's short term. Don't interact with Kyber Swap, even though it's operating fine. Did have a hack back in 2nd of September, but that was around. They ended up patching it up around a contract. So just take into account that you want to interact with a separate wallet, and then of course you can buy and sell assets, interact with sites like this, and then of course you can swap it to your real wallet if you want to. Just another safeguard, another extra layer of safeguard. You don't really want to interact with, say, your Hex staking wallet or Maxi or whatever else you're using. It's just good practice there, particularly with new sites and things like that. So just take that into account. In any case, you can pick up Hex in here, for example. Hex here with ETHW. So cool. Looks like they've fixed this actually. This used to say ETH on here, so it looks like they've fixed that now. It says ETHW now. So they've actually done an improvement, which is good. But the US dollars are all wrong. So remember that you're not one ETHW is not $30,000. Okay, we just showed you it's $6. $6. All right, $6, not 30,000. This is actually bad. So they need to fix that up. I guess because they're relating to the rest of their prices. So just be careful out there. Anyway, one ETHW, which is $6, going to buy 4,367 Hex at the moment. So this seems to be the case there. So cool. And of course, you can add in the Maxi contract. So you have to add these in manually, by the way. So you have to get the contract from Ethereum or something like that. And of course, you should be able to, swap these between. Not sure what the liquidity pool is at the moment. and how much volume you can actually transfer at the moment. It's a bit of a play around. So 1,000 Maxi to here. If you connect your wallet, I'm not sure if there's liquidity in it at the moment, but that's the idea. All right, cool. That is some of the stuff there. And of course, swap space is easy to use. Swap space is easy. If you wanted to speculate, you just have to put an ETH here. This is more of a speculative topic, so we're not doing too much. But if you've got assets that are copied over, then you can just use those assets, right? You don't have to buy any ETHW or speculate. If you've got ETH copied over, it will be free ETHW that you've got. You don't have to buy anything. So if you type in ETH, you're going to have obviously ETH on the ETH chain. You're going to have all these different other chains, but down the bottom here, you're going to ETHW here. So ETHW is down the bottom. So that's cool. And yeah, so if you had ETH and you wanted to, so if you wanted to buy 1 ETH worth, I don't recommend it. It's up to you what you do, but I don't recommend it. Obviously, if the ETH price ETHW price goes up rockets, then you'll do pretty well. But you'll get 229 here on ETHW, which is not too bad. Of course, that's pretty similar to what we had here. So it's looking pretty good on swap space. And of course, let's say that you only put in 0.1, then that's going to buy 0.1 ETH at the moment. If you want to have a more speculative play, what's that, about 150 bucks? That's going to get you 23 ETHW. But once again, you're going to have to go with the volatility. And as we say, it was down 50%. Now it's up 40%. You see what I mean? So you just got to take that into account. But it's a lot easier way. That way you don't even have to operate on a centralized exchange. You see the price has gone from $6 down to $5.92 now. So just remember there's that volatility. All right, cool. But if you did get some free ETH W and maybe you don't want it, you just want to switch it back to Ethereum, then you can use swap space to do that. So maybe you got some free ETH, maybe ETHW, maybe you've got, I don't know, 100 of them because you had 100 ETH on the ETH chain. Then you could swap that over for 0.42 ETH and get the ETH there. And of course, go buy some Hex. I don't know, it's up to you. That's kind of where we are at this stage. So cool. That is a bit of highlights there around that. We've got Hex daily stats coming up with day 1022. So we're going to talk about that shortly. Hopefully that comes out any minute now. And so forth. So cool. Let's get back into some of the comments here. We've got Hex at 3.2 cents. Maxi at 7.2 cents. With the premium there at 2.26, which is pretty good. I'm just going to fix up these charts here a little bit here. All right, I think that's pretty nice. All right, let's get back into it. A couple more comments. See where we are here. What else have we got going on here? Hexodl says, what if the OA stakes more, though? I'm expecting the OA to stake more, actually, Hexodl. I am expecting it to stake more later on. I just don't know when it's going to do it. I kind of feel it's going to be after Pulsechain. That's kind of where I feel that it might do that to regulate the APY and inflation further. 2 forks, 2 airdrops, 2 distractions, says UFO. Yeah, that's true. Hey, welcome to crypto. UFO, welcome to crypto. How does anyone know if there is a site that shows penalties for ending a stake before you do, like Staker app, but normal website? I think there's probably a couple of sites like that. I just can't think off the top of my head, but Staker app's typically the easiest one to use. Smash the likes, folks. This is Ted Nelson. We do have a whole list of sites up there. I haven't just checked them for ages up in here. So under useful links at the top here, we've got quite a few sites in here. I'm not sure if any of those do it under the Hex. We've also got these. Yeah, I'm just not sure straight off the bat there. We've also got these ones here around Hex as well. So maybe one of those does it. What else there? Let's go back to the charts. We've got smash the like, folks. You definitely smash the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the bell for future videos. And of course, yeah, if you want to join to support the channel, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechain, Hexkins, and Richard Heart Club. 3 easy ways to do that. Now, we've also just joined Rumble. So if you're on Rumble, Rumble's really taken off. 78 million users in August. So that's really impressive numbers. And of course, I think they're going to absolutely blow up, be another. I think they've got a very good chance of being another solid YouTube competitor, especially as they just listed on NASDAQ too. Under RUM, RUM. So I definitely think that they're probably going to do pretty well there. Actually, let's pull that up on the investment and see where they're actually See where they're actually gone to now. I think it's this one here, Rumble on NASDAQ. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one. So let's have a quick look. $21.67. I guess that might be Rumble. Month there. So it's not been around a month, so maybe it's not the one. Maybe I've got the wrong one there. Anyway, I'll try and that's got RMBL, so it's not the right one. RM Rocky Mountain Liquor. No, it's not that one. Anyway, I'll try and find the update for that one. Rumble Resources. No, it's not that one. Yeah, I'll try and get the right reference there, and we'll talk about that another time. What else there? We've got John Gibbons. Are you going to regularly show the chart of Hex on ETH Power Network? Possibly, John. I mean, we do have those on this network here. We've already got the Hex USD on Power Network. I just haven't double checked to see to make sure the price is anything right there. So I haven't really done that. So I need to check that before I start talking about it a lot. Possibility says TV is it's too risky. Some guy the other day only had days to go when he ended, and he lost a buckload for some reason before big payday or something. Yes, if you in stake before 100%, if you like 95%, you'll still get a pretty heavy penalty, especially if you don't have a big payday in it. So yeah, I just would generally just don't in stake if you can help it, unless you. The only reason why some people do it, I think, is just because the US dollar's high, or they think that they're going to make yield on another project quicker than they would by just their stake. So yeah, I would be very careful with that. Astrid in the house there, woohoo! And your post says, "What's the healthy for lunch today?" Oh, I've been having wraps. I've been having wraps. I've been having either ham wraps and salads, or I've been in salad in the wrap, or I've been having a tuna with salad in the wraps. So it's pretty much what I've been having for lunch. Thank you for what you do, says Hex Day One. Hey, you're welcome, man. It's a pleasure. And Sandy Beach has got this thing, salad with chicken, says Sandy Beach. I like that sound, salad with chicken. Brendan says, not sure we'll get more than a wick into the 2 cent range with Hex. Too many limit orders set, especially since so many missed out on the last time Hex went down there a few weeks back. Don't miss out. DCA, says Brennan. I appreciate the insight there, Brennan. Let's check the Hex ETHW chart also. Dick Screener, ETH Power, and Hedron, ETH Power there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the ones I've got already loaded. I just have to double check on those. So cool. I will try and pull it up next time, I think. I guess we can pull it up now. I'm waiting for the Hex data stats to come out. Day 22. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Let's have a look here.
Makes rates.
What was that? All right. 13, 14. Well, that's the one. I think that's the one I've got up there already, hasn't I? So I've already got that one. It's pretty similar to this one here. So 113.13. That's pretty much the Hex ETH USDC one there. You got the Hex wrapped ETH there. I think I've got wrapped ETH in one of these charts, but they're still not loading up. Let me go to two columns. They're not loading up for some reason. Maybe they're deprecated. So the one you got Hedron at 601433. I think I've got Hedron in there already. 14. It's got 1190. But you got Hedron wrapped ETH. Yeah, so I'll probably add those in later on, Hexodal. Thanks for heads up on those. All right, cool. Let's get into Hex data stats. We're at day 1022, 19th September 2022 there. We got the price down 2.9 cents there at 3.2, just down slightly from yesterday. It's been a pretty red last 10 days, isn't it? What's the previous 20 days? Yeah, so last 15 days, generally red. I think we got used to that for a little while. We got payout per T-share 6.183 Hex. T-share price at $767. The T-share rate there is 24,153, up 6.2. The average stake net at 6.6. And we've got the APY at 37.87% there. And what else we got there? We've got 420 million, almost 421 million Hex in there. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. Obviously good for whales though. Whales want to come in. We've got $9.5 million in liquidity pool, 1,134 ETH in there as well. Let's jump to T-shares. T-shares down 2,800 to 10,411,000. And what else? I'll jump over here. We had some increase in, decent increase in circulating supply, decrease in staking supply. Currently 62 billion Hex is staked. That's where we're at the moment. And of course, that equates to 9.65% of all Hex being staked, with 62 billion staked there. The penalties are just under 600,000. So, decent day. But the growth numbers are looking pretty good. Wallet current holders up 105 to 311,000. The number I really like to follow is the staker one. It's up 108 to 109,118. Slowly heading up to 110,000 there. And of course, tie holders up 315 to 496,688. We're almost up at 500,000 on that number. It's kind of just a nice symbolic number there, but we're getting there closer and closer on the total holders there. So cool. Very cool. Let's jump over to the day. We're currently on day 1023, heading up towards 3 years. So 1095 minus 1023. And of course, 72 days away till 3-year birthday party for Hex. 72 days. We're almost getting down to 2 months. So that's kind of where we are at this stage. So let's see how we get on. Very nice. As we said, very nice. All right, cool. I think that's probably where we're going to wrap up now. I think we're probably going to wrap up pretty early there. Let's see who's in the chat there. Now, later on today, I will be what am I doing later on today? I will be doing team and perpetuals day 15 results. So stay tuned for that, and we'll have any more updates. Yesterday's second live stream was lucky. We had quite a few exciting things happen. So we'll see what happens today as well. Astro says, I see so many OG Hexicans misleading people on how emergency in-state works. If you're over 99%, there's never a reason to in-state for the average person. You'll set yourself back. More hexes the game. That's true, Astro. Yeah, and I'll talk about that too. There are a couple of scenarios where people have done better, of course, but with the higher price and low price and things like that. But you're getting in speculation then, right? You're trying to get in speculation. But generally speaking, it's better just to have time in the game. I love tuna. We get cream corn and tomato relish flavors in Australia. Hex Hodl got another chart there. I'll try and add those in after the live stream. Hex Hodl B3 with a wall of Hex, mostly 9% Hex liquidity on that one. So Hex Hodl, and won't be long before we got 5555 Hex stakeholders. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. All right, that's pretty nice there. I hope you guys had a good time. A very nice time. And of course, pretty cool on the charts here. Good dollar cost averaging area, 3.2 cents there. Who knows when Hex might do another surprise where it counters the market and goes up rather than down. We will find out. 3.164 cents. You're getting a copy on Pulsechain as well, so not too bad there. And of course, 7.2 cents on Maximus with the premium at 2.26. Yeah, 2.6 pretty much. Hedron there at 2,917. That will have another day in the sun. My plays at the moment in terms of the East Chain Maxi, then potentially a Pulse Dodge coin if the dual system comes out, and it's pretty exciting. And then, of course, back into Hedron again for the November play. It's kind of seems like the obvious plays at the moment. Obviously, the speculative plays over on the FW network, and we'll talk about the other networks soon. But those kind of the plays at the stage. We're waiting patiently for Pulsechain, 1 day closer, or 1 day closer, as we say. If you haven't joined our Discord, get into Discord, by the way. Heading up to 750 members, 30 more members to go. And we've had, the community's growing really nicely. And, we've got good community, good people helping each other, trying to look out for each other, and good information. We've got good information and useful links there, video tutorials, and, of course, new token links as well if you want look at Pulsechain projects, and of course airdrops and things like that. We've got all that here, and Pulse Police, etc. Hex Pulse info, Pulse hot list, all that good stuff. So definitely get into the chats. Hope you guys enjoy yourself. Catch me in the next one. And I'm going to play. DB says, what's DB saying? We've got a couple more comments in the chat there, so I better catch up to those first. Dollar-wise, sure, with good timing, whether they knew it would work or not. Thanks for the stream, says Dirty Paws. You're welcome. Great things. Great stream, says Hexodol. You're welcome too. Thanks for posting some of those charts and dropping some of your trading alpha again, Hexodol. We always appreciate that. You can't know what happens in others' lives that might make them image in state, like happens to everybody. Yeah, but you can get into perpetuals now, efficient on gas, and of course gives you optionality. Will still benefits underlying Hex contract. Time is always a greater awesome crypto. What's there? Hexol says Hex Ray Vision just started a live stream, and raising rights could be catastrophic. They could be DB. They could be. We're monitoring those very closely, DB. Particularly if they keep raising rights into 2023. We're not naive to that for sure. What else there? 1 day closer. Yeah, 1 day closer. Dessert, 1 day closer. Yes, I think you guys all know that Pulsechain is 1 day closer. Francis in house there. Hi, Sandy Beach. I don't know if Sandy's still in the house there. Maybe Sandy Beach is. Great stream today, Superman. Time for some sweet and sour pork fried rice here in Oz. Nice one. UFOs sounds tasty. Sandy is in house. KD says, thanks, Superman. Yeah, you're welcome. Cheers, Superman. We end a big base, sir. I haven't played big base for a little while there, DB. Maybe that's what we should play. Make sure. Take care, all, says Lies Beneath. I think that's pretty much it. So probably spend 10 minutes just doing that, but that's cool because community is number one. All right, so let's see here. What am I going to play? But we're going to big base is coming. Big base is coming, but we're going to play out probably one of my favorite videos, which we're going to play out Richard Hart's insights from the keynote speech. Many of you might have seen this 10 times, but you always can find some little nuggets in there. Enjoy. Take care, everybody. Catch you in the afternoon. Bye for now.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Pulsechain shirt on. Pulsechain ring. So, am I just talking or what? Am I live? I guess I'm just live. Hey, everybody. I hope the weather's nice and cool out there. I hear it's like 106 Fahrenheit and hot. I have been talking to devs a lot recently, and I guess the next thing you're going to see released on Pulse X is going to be the limit orders. Works fine in the private testnet. They're just going to push it to the main branch, and like you'll be able to test that soon. And the big thing that we're waiting on is consensus improvements. So because my devs are geniuses, they find bugs other people don't know about. So they know about bugs in BSC that nobody else knows about. They know about bugs in the click consensus mechanism, which Pirelli is based on, that nobody knows about. And so, you know, before we launch mainnet, we want everything to be right. And right now we have a pretty cool opportunity because the Ethereum guys finally got to market with something, or are close to getting to market with something, which is their Ethereum 2.0, which will now, once it happens, just be called Ethereum. They won't be called Ethereum 2. And it doesn't release new coins. You're not going to get a copy of your coins on Ethereum 2. It doesn't improve costs. There's no extra throughput. There's no extra gas limit. There's no extra throughput per second. All it does is reduce issuance rate for Ethereum, which is bullish for all of crypto. You know, Ethereum's got half the market cap of Bitcoin. And if you don't have Ethereum miners dumping the price constantly and enriching power companies and hardware manufacturers at the cost of the environment and the price chart, well, that's great. And that's great for all of crypto. And it's also great for Pulsechain. In my mind, the two most important core concepts for Pulsechain are the Ethereum fees still high? Yes, they are. You know, I was looking earlier today, it's still $3 to send normal Ethereum. It's still, you know, 10 or 12 bucks to do a Uniswap transfer, et cetera. And that's during a bear market where, you know, Ethereum already dropped 85%. bear markets tend to come to an end. So the last bear market only lasted 365 days. This one is going to last a little bit longer because people decided to destroy their balance sheets and buy a second. They didn't want to do the normal blow off top bubble chart. They wanted to do an extra double bubble. And this double bubble, well, it didn't work. Ethereum's capital liquidated, block, Celsius bankrupt, Michael Saylor net negative, El Salvador net negative, everybody, all those guys losing money left and right. All the people that listen to me, well, they seem to have done much better. Called top of the day. Might have heard that before. So basically, with this merge that's coming up, assuming it goes well, which I hope that it does, they've got a lot of audits. They've done a lot of testing on it. Hope it goes well. It doesn't do anything but help Pulsechain. Fees are still high. Gas limits are still low. No one's building out extra capacity for Ethereum. No one's trying to reduce the Ethereum fees except us. And I guess maybe the ETH2 developers that someday in the future will eventually get around to sharding, which has been a dream of theirs for like as long as Ethereum's existed. I don't know, 6 years. And it's great. So it also helps with our consensus stuff, because a lot of stuff the guys did in ETH2 for consensus is useful for us and Pulsechain. And that's the only thing we're really waiting on. So, if you use the test net, which I consider to be the best game on the blockchain, hey, you like blockchain games? Guess what, guys? You get copies of all your coins in the pulsechain.com test net. Go try them out right now. You can trade them back and forth. You can do, it's the same code. So you can do a lot of the same things. And everything else has been really good. Like PulseX, done tons of trades, tons of people doing buy and burns. I've heard nothing but good things about the testnet. So we're basically, because things have taken as long as they have, we're more secure. We're able to improve other projects if we want. Not sure we will. It's just funny. So in my mind, the two things people care about the most in Pulsechain are more coins, more throughput, lower fees. That's the primary value statement. And ETH 2.0 with this merge doesn't give you new coins, doesn't give you lower fees, doesn't give you higher throughput. And so our value proposition is totally clean. I like it. Everything's good. And then the less negative sell pressure on crypto as a whole from removing the miners having to get paid all the time is good for everything. Now, am I bullish on crypto? Not yet. Now remember, Hex ran up 60x versus Bitcoin the first time it dumped from 65K down 55%. So Hex can totally decorrelate from Bitcoin. I think it was kind of bad timing that it looks correlated now, because we had our own cycles, right? There were sacrifice phases. There was other things going on in our own cycles. And so I wouldn't be surprised if some point Hex started doing the same things it used to do, which is just overperforming like crazy. We'll see. I don't have a crystal ball. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, DRN research, etc. But even recently when you saw Bitcoin like break under 20K, which people are really hoping for, they don't like seeing Bitcoin under 20K. And then if you're a technical analyst, there's some things that say like support becomes resistance. And so, what used to be resistance is support in theory, old 20K top, now 20K quote bottom, but actually didn't hold a 20K bottom at all. Didn't respect that at all. Went down to 17.5, is now sitting at it was interesting. I saw the euro and Bitcoin and the S&P 500 all pumped today. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're correlated. So yeah, I think as long as Grayscale Bitcoin's at a 33% discount, which it is, and they hold 1% of all Bitcoin, and the Ethereum merge might be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. I mean, we see lending people that are borrowing Ethereum for the merge, they're paying like 15% APY to do it. And so, there's some people interested in playing this merge game. And I think traditionally in crypto, buy the rumor, sell the new stuff is pretty common, And so with the risk that Bitcoin dumps due to either just not doing its 85% dump yet, which would put it at, a little bit under 11K, and the 33% discount on Grayscale BTC, which has been consistent. I mean, it's been there for months. And the Mt. Gox coins being released at some point. Those guys suck so bad. Just give us a date, guys. Just give us a date. Let's go. Stop screwing around, you know? The comedy, that whole thing. And then we've got the Bitfinex coins they're trying to sell, which I think is like 94,000 coins or 84,000 coins or something. And then we've got Ross Ulbricht's coins, which I think is like 70,000 coins, somewhere between 54 and 74,000. Can't remember the exact number. I tweeted all these, so you can look these up. So we've got discounted Grayscale Bitcoin, which is 1% of all Bitcoin. We've got Mt. Gox, Bitfinex, and the federal marshals probably selling Ross Ulbricht's coins because he signed off to let them do it to pay his restitution. And then normal cycle dump, right? And then maybe buy the rumor, sell the news for merge. So in my mind, it's the dream bottom would be the Grayscale discount goes away. Some of those free coins that are going to get released by law, like the Japanese ones at Mt. Gox, or going to get dumped as a matter of law, which would be the Ulbricht ones of Silk Road fame. And then it's up in the air whether the Bitfinex ones will really get sold or not. You know, they might get refunded or they might get sold. Who knows? And I think there was 94,000 coins there. You could look it up. So the dream would be those coins get dumped. Bitcoin's deficit to net asset value in Grayscale disappears. And then it does its traditional 11K and pray 85% dump. That's been a nice bottom. And then if they raised interest rates, oh boy, that'd be nice too. Because as long as they keep doing quantitative tightening, QT, it pushes down the stock market pushes down Bitcoin, Bitcoin pushes down Ethereum. That's how it goes. And then I like this next cycle is going to be hilarious because with Pulsechain, you know, like look at the situation Bitcoin's in. Is there DeFi in Bitcoin? Comedically, no. Is there high throughput? Is there low fees? Is there a roadmap? Nope. Is there good anonymity? Nope. Now I was just talking to a lawyer today about the Tornado Cash situation. And this, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, but he says that, you know, the sanction just addressed USDC, which means it could be the case that you can still use Tornado Cash using the ETH address. And as long as you're using IPFS to access the contract, you know, it seems like it should be okay. But if you mess this up, it's devastating. Don't mess it up. Be very careful. Get your own legal advice. You know, of the many things in this world that you want to toy with, sanctions are not one of them. The government takes them very, very seriously. So I would get legal advice from a lawyer before I did anything related to sanctions. So yeah, bear markets don't last forever, right? So if our top was, let's check the chart here, check the chat. So if we call the most recent local top, get on the daily here, in Bitcoin, if we call that November of 2021, and a year out would be, that's November 11th of November 10th of 2021. You know, that's 2 months from now. So if the bear market's only going to last 365 days, that's only 2 months and 4 days from now. Could happen, right? We could dump, make that firm bottom. And everyone else is thinking about this bear market. I'm thinking about the next bull market. As soon as we've got this consensus figured out, and I think we've got a good plan, as soon as this consensus is like executed and fixed on Pulsechain, it's going to be glorious. Imagine imagine all these new people that get to buy a massive dip. So when I got into crypto, I didn't get to buy a massive dip. I got to buy the top. So I bought Bitcoin at 30 and went down to 2. I was down 93.5% to start. It was like, oh, well, this sucks. Then you just hold. Then it goes up to 1,200, and then it goes down to 200, and then it goes up to 20,000, then it goes down to 3, and then it goes up to 14, then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 69, and then it goes to 17. That's the history. So being able to have so many people, like perhaps the people at this conference, buying at rates that are, 10 times cheaper, like for instance, Hex dipped 95%. Well, golly, that's a good dip. I mean, you could get, if you buy 95% dip, you're getting 20 times the stuff for the same economic energy that a person that had bought previously did. So in theory, that greatly reduces your risk because you're getting so much more stuff. I don't know why in crypto everyone loves to buy tops and sell bottoms, but if you have the opportunity to buy bottoms, like some people bought the big payday dip, well, that was glorious. They did very well on that. Some people bought that $2 dip. I didn't. I just held. But had I been a lot smarter, buying a 90% dip on something that went up another 20,000 fold, yeah, actually went up another 34,500 fold from $2. So it's a lot. It's a lot of extra movement. 34,500x from the bottom of the dip. That was my introduction to Bitcoin. What else do we got going? I mean, some of you guys may notice there was a US credit card on-ramp available for Hex, which would be buytohex.com. What else? Yeah, really, we're kind of waiting for consensus. That's the majority of what we care about right now. And we also, the documentary's done. So the highest of stakes documentary is complete, and they're just slapping the soundtrack on there now. So it's I hear a 40-piece orchestra. I'm not an expert in orchestras. I'm not, I don't listen to too much orchestral music. I guess we all do if we watch movies, because it's very common in movies. And apparently everyone that's seen it likes it. So I think it's going to be awesome when that comes out. So let's see what next year might look like. Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex on the Ethereum network, Hex on the Pulse network, documentary out, incentive token out. Tell us more about the incentive token. I don't know. People probably provide liquidity to it, and that'll be its claim to fame. What's Dogecoin's claim to fame? As a JPEG. This still seems to be a mechanic that works in crypto. What else? Racking my head here. Oh, yeah, the wallet's coming along. Mr. Wallet developer is still building out the wallet, so that's coming along. Anything else? I think that's all I can think about.